Hi there and welcome everybody to this limited overs exhibition match. I'm Mark Nicholas and I'll be with you throughout the day. Let me tell you, it promises to be a belter. Lovely conditions here today, a clear sky, a beautiful batting day in fact, particularly on this dry pitch. Good choice to bat actually, it's a pretty dry surface, perfectly good for stroke makers today. The ball should come onto the bat. I would expect it to deteriorate, therefore the bounce could get a bit uneven, or more likely it'll spin. Adam Gilchrist takes guard. A great stroke. My goodness, this guy can play. What a pleasure to watch him too.
We can have a look at that again. Racing away to the fence.
Now for all you youngsters out there, that is a perfect example of how to play the stroke. A great stroke. My goodness, this guy can play. What a pleasure to watch him too.
That's 4 runs.
It's Matthew Hayden on strike. Such pressure on the batting side.
And Tini gets his first wicket. He's gone for a duck.
Well, he hasn't troubled the scorers with that knock. Ricky Ponting takes strike.
Just 1 run. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to carry on after that blow. A very good over. Only 2 off it in the end. Gilchrist sending him back.
Oh, good shot. Saw it early, got in position quickly and nailed it.
That wasn't a very good delivery.
He loves it there. That's a great stroke. 4 more. Fantastic shot there. And I think he knew it was 4 just as soon as he struck it.
And the end of the over.
Well, he can't afford to give away runs at this stage, so get him out of the attack and get someone on who won't. Ah, well, everything was in the right place there, and it raced away to the boundary.
No shot played to that one. That's been given as a wide. That was a no ball by Antini. There's the umpire signal, no ball. He was onto that in a flash. That over helped the run rate somewhat.
That's too expensive, particularly in this sort of a game. I mean, the pressure here is intense and you cannot afford to concede runs at an almost hemorrhaging rate. Watch the field spread as the fielding restrictions are concluded.
The sweeper picks up. Gilchrist has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. Fielded by the man at long on. He's got it into the gap. Fielded by the man at long on. Just one run. Fielded by the man at long on. Played into the gap. Fielded by the man at long on. Ponting, facing.
Yep, he does play that shot really well, and of course it brings him a lot of runs.
Crowd really enjoyed that shot. Should be some runs here.
It's pretty tough for the bowlers on a pitch like this. There doesn't seem to be any margin for error.
Perfectly timed shot for 4. Let's see the action replay of that. And Tini continues. Steered expertly into the gap. Fielded by the man at long on. glance down to fine leg.
Four from the moment he hit it. There's a skill in that. Picking the gap is a skill.
Fielded by the man out long on. That was a no ball by Pollock.
Well, a player of this quality just doesn't miss out on opportunities like that. Onto it in a flash.
There's the umpire signal, no ball. Pushed into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on.
Terrific cricket. It's such a key thing to place the ball well, and also, I guess, not to try to hit it too hard.
That over helped the run rate somewhat. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. Gilchrist just guides the ball down to third man. Just one run. Fielded by the man out long on. Just shoulders arms to that one. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
The umpires are pretty strict on wide deliveries in one-day cricket, so you do have to bowl straighter than that.
Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. Gilchrist facing. racing away to the boundary.
No, that's not great bowling, to be honest. I don't think the captain will be too happy with that.
Fielded by the man out long on. Fielded by the man out long on. Swept away. There's 2 more runs on the board. Ponting, waiting at the striker's end. Played off the back foot.
Nicely timed. You don't need to smash the ball to the boundary every time. Sometimes ease and grace will do it.
Fielded by the man out long on. Direct hit would have got him. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Played into the gap. The batsmen changed their mind. Fielded by the man out long on. That brings up his half-century.
Oh, what a good 50 from Ricky Ponting. I just love the way he carries the attack to the opposition, whatever the situation of the game may be. Rest assured, Ponting sees this as only half a job done.
Gilchrist facing. He's worked that into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. super catch that. Now gets his first wicket.
Oh, what a shame, he played so well. And then fancy losing your concentration at a vital time like that. It could change the game.
We can have a look at that again. Martin is the next man in. Ponting facing.
Well, the trouble with bowling there is that it's his favourite area, and he'll hammer you every time.
He's got a hold of that one, 4 runs. Fielded by the man out long on. Just 1 run. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just 1 there. Comfortably held by Mel.
Very safely done. He's got soft hands, his eyes were level, crucially held onto as well.
Thomas gets his first wicket.
He played well, all credit to him, his timing was good and concentration pretty good too.
This was how the wicket fell. The next batsman is Watson. Was a no ball by Thomas. What a marvellous shot.
You can't set fields for a shot like that. Brilliant!
Play it away with comfort. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just 1 there. He just runs that one down to 3rd man. That's 2 more runs on the board. There'll be runs here. That takes him into double figures. Fielded by the man out long on. Mel continues. Confident appeal. Not out.
He's just managed to get outside the line. Close, but no cigar, I reckon.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Fielded by the man out long on. Martin waiting at the striker's end. Turned off his hips.
That's a good bit of bowling. He surprised the batsman completely with that Yorker.
They've turned that into two. That's good running. Certainly saw that one early.
That's a classic, as good as you'll ever see. A masterful stroke, and look how the spectators respond. They love that sort of batting.
That is a glorious stroke.
Well, he hardly seemed to hit it, and it's six.
Martin facing. That over helped the run rate somewhat.
Oh, that was expensive.
Watson facing. That must be close. The umpire says not out.
Surely that leg side.
Let's see the action replay of that. Mel continues. Played off the back foot. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. Fielded by the man out long on. Martin has now moved into the 20s. That's found the gap in the field. Just one run and the end of the over.
Attack, attack, attack. That must have been the captain's message this morning. Look at the run rate.
Fielded by the man out long on. That's 2 more runs on the board. Steered expertly into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. He's worked that into the gap. He looked as if he was home to me. That's a good call from Watson. Hit straight to a fielder.
It doesn't matter if it's in the air when you hit it that far.
And that is an impressive shot.
Too many runs for the captain's liking, in my view. I reckon he'll whip him out of the attack. His straight driving is perfect.
Watson has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a bit though. Tried the arm ball there. Tried the arm ball there.
Oh, it's a monster. mind the fielder. The bloke in row 10's got the best chance of catching that.
Should be some runs here.
Exciting player. There's risk in that stroke, but it is maximum. Four from the moment he hit it. There's a skill in that. Picking the gap is a skill.
There's his half century.
Yeah, it's been a good knock, but only so far. There's a lot more to do yet.
Hit straight to a fielder. That over helped the run rate somewhat. Watson waiting at the striker's end. Played into the gap. He's got it into the gap. Hit straight to a fielder. This partnership is really frustrating the bowlers. Rudolph is going to try over the wicket. And 6.
Oh, there's a demoralising sight for any bowler. The ball is just sailing over the fence.
Fielded by the man out long on. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. He runs here. Fielded by the man out long on. They've turned that into two. That's good running.
Welcome back. Players and the umpires have made their way to the middle. Everybody's set for the second innings, and it really is difficult to choose a winner. Let's pick up commentary now with Richie Bennett.
Thanks, Mark. Welcome back to the cricket ground for this next session of play.
Butta Dipanar is facing.
Dipanar is going to take the first ball. That was a very anxious moment for the batsman there. They've turned that into two. That's good running. Turned off his hips. The fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. They've turned that into two. That's good running.
Don't even bother chasing that. That's away to the bleachers.
They'll be looking for that ball for days. That was a no ball by McGrath. That one will have ruffled his feathers. There's the umpire signal. No ball. Racing away to the fence.
Well, a player of this quality just doesn't miss out on opportunities like that. Onto it in a flash. And at the crease now is Graham Smith. Here's Graham Smith. Well, the bowler can't really complain about that. It's a poor line and been suitably punished.
Lee is not impressed. That's speeding to the boundary.
The straight drive is his favourite stroke. We know that, they should know that, and it shows. Wonderful cover drive.
That's a cracking shot.
Show them the maker's name. That is a perfect example of the straight drive. So beautiful to watch too.
Flick down to fine leg. That's 2 more runs on the board. Smith has now moved into the 20s. Steered expertly into the gap. It looked as if he was home to me. They've turned that into 2, that's good running. Dippenar facing. Hit straight to a fielder.
Oh, don't you love that straight drive? Few people that I've ever seen play it better. And that was, well, that was perfect.
That is a top shot.
Good stroke, but I don't think that's the place to bowl to it.
And the end of the over.
Oh, great stroke. My goodness, this guy can play. What a pleasure to watch him too.
And that is an impressive shot.
Yep, he does play that shot really well. And of course, it brings him a lot of runs. Excellent shot, excellent. Such an exciting player to watch.
That's 4 runs.
Oh, this is wonderful timing. It's a beautiful innings, but boy, through the leg side, it's been very special.
That over eased the pressure on the batting team.
Well, we'll see some fielding changes now that those restrictions are lifted. Remember that a minimum of 4 players have to remain inside the ring. Oh, that showed us the maker's name, and what a wonderful, easy, free swing of the bat.
Shot.
Cracking stroke. The secret was that he got his feet into position early and had plenty of time to play it. That's a good one. Well timed and 4. Beautifully placed. Goodness, he's in good nick. Well, that's perfection. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just stroked it away.
Hit straight to a fielder. That's a brilliant shot, right off the meat of the bat.
Oh, that's got the treatment, and you got to say it deserved it.
He timed that to perfection.
Oh, he picked that up beautifully. Quite beautifully.
He's got it into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. Flicked away nicely. They turned that into 2. That's good running. This has been a vital partnership for South Africa. That brings up his half century.
Well played, well played. Now, get your head down and move to the next milestone. The big one, the 100. Nicely timed. You don't need to smash the ball to the boundary every time. Sometimes ease and grace will do it.
Just one run. There's his half-century.
Wata Tipanar has 50. Congratulations, it's so lovely to see him in this side. He's got all the talent in the world. What a super stroke. Do you know, I didn't think that was a bad ball either.
That was a very confident shot.
You just don't see it played much better than that. Marvellously well played. Don't even bother chasing that. That's away into the bleachers. Well, he hardly seemed to hit it, and it's 6.
Oh, that's gone a long way. That's good judgment. No need to play at that. That's been given as a wide. Marvellous stuff. Safely taken by McGrath.
Well taken. Well taken. You know, he never looked like missing it.
Lee gets his first wicket.
That was a superb knock. Certainly one of the best that I've seen him play. On strike now is Jacques Callis.
runs here. Fielded by the man out long on. Cullis waiting at the striker's end. Had his eyes closed when he played that one.
Oh, that's a beauty. What a hook stroke. It's a difficult shot to play that, but he kept it down and comfortably beat the fielder.
Cullis facing. Gone, caught.
Straight down the fielder's throat. That's incredible. Straight down his throat. He didn't have to move an inch.
Gillespie gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Cullis.
Taking guard is Herschel Gibbs.
That's a big appeal. The umpire says not out.
The angle of the delivery surely takes that down the leg side.
Played into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. He picked that up beautifully.
Huge! That is huge!
Pushed into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
The umpires are pretty strict on wide deliveries in one-day cricket, so you do have to bowl straighter than that.
Marvellous stuff.
Oh, he looks good when he hits down the ground. Very good.
steered expertly into the gap. Just one run. Oh, what a catch by Hayden.
The fielder did very well there. He made it look easy, but actually it was a whole lot more difficult than it looked.
Gillespie gets his second wicket.
Well, he's played beautifully out there, so confident.
We can have a look at that again. Rudolph is the next man in.
And now the confidence is seeping through. He dispatched that with, well, with ease and grace.
Should be some runs here.
Oh, great shot. A great stroke. That was four from the moment that it left the bat.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. I'm not sure if he'll be able to continue. He looks to be in some pain. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there.
Oh, the bowler won't like that. This is exciting stuff.
fielded by the man at long on. Just one run. Gibbs has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. Confident appeal. The umpire's not moving on that one.
Oh, I think that's just missing off stump. Close.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Gillespie continues. Play it away with comfort.
He has smashed that a long, long way. That is great to watch for the neutral, not so good for the bowler.
That looked really nasty. I'll be surprised if we see him again in this innings. Rudolph waiting at the striker's end. Well, that one will wake him up a bit. Rudolph facing. What a marvellous catch, an easy catch.
Lazy, that's the truth, and he'll regret it when he sees the replay.
Horn gets his first wicket. This was how the innings ended for Rudolph. The next batsman is De Villiers. There's just one there.
A great stroke. My goodness, this guy can play. What a pleasure to watch him too.
Really looks in fine nick today. We can have a look at that again. He's got it into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. It's straight to foolish running. That's simply throwing wickets away.
There might be a few heated words said about that in the dressing room too. Oh, you sense the crowd of his own team aren't happy with that. He was set and ready to go.
This was how the wicket fell.
This is Mark Boucher facing.
He's worked that into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. It's straight to a fielder.
Now the bowler's giving him a hard time out there. That will have hurt. He won't want to show that it's hurt, but you sense the momentum changing.
That's straight back past the bowler. It's straight to a fielder. It looked as if he was home to me. That takes him into double figures. Boucher waiting at the striker's end. It's straight to a fielder. Played into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. Steered expertly into the gap. Fielded by the man out long on. Forced off the back foot. There's just one there. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Fielded by the man out long on. There should be some runs here. Fielded by the man out long on. There's just one there. Hit straight to a fielder. Pushed into the gap. He's not a good judge of a run, is he? That's found the gap in the field. That was a very anxious moment for the batsman there.
Ah, that'll please them. They've come through a few problems with great fortitude. That's a fine victory in this limited overs match here today. It's goodbye from Richie and from me, Mark Nicholas. We bid you farewell and hope you'll join us in the future.